Hello, welcome everybody to First Attack. We are on time, just only...
Pretty much normal UltraChen time anyway.
15 minutes late, just trying to get things set up, trying to get a lot of the technical difficulties out of the way. But today I want to welcome a special guest we have here. We have Elijah, a.k.a. RDK Tyrant.
Yeah. Hello people, hello.
So what we're going to do today is finally we have someone who knows the game. Finally we have someone who actually plays Injustice to, you've been finishing like top 3 at Wednesday night fights every week after week.
Yeah.
How did you do at did you win Vindication this weekend?
I got 3rd at Vindication.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. So you just got 3rd at Vindication. Were you there on Friday during the
final strike? Was it
yeah, final strike?
Yeah, I got 1st in final strike.
Oh, yeah, see, there you go. See, so we have someone here who knows how to play this game. So, yes, and of course we're talking about Injustice Gods Among Us. And so we're actually going to do pretty much what we normally do when a game comes out. We're a little bit
a little late now,
yeah.
but yeah.
But and I don't also, I don't have the DLC characters on my machine right now, so maybe we'll get them. Okay. Yeah, maybe we'll get them a little bit later. But in any case, we're going to go through all the characters and go through all the systems. So basically, for First Attack, we're going to go through the system mechanics, figure out how to play the game, figure out what the buttons are, and all this stuff like that. And there's a lot of systems in this game, too, so I'm kind of eager to talk about that. And then once we switch over to Level 3 Focus, we're going to go over the character specifics, and David will kind of lead Elijah through a lot of the different characters and what their differences are and how they generally want to play.
Yeah, definitely going to talk stages, too, not just characters.
Oh, yeah, because that is
important.
a character. The stages basically are characters in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to do this when the game first came out, but there were a couple of tournaments that I was going to and that you were going to, and then, there were like 2 or 3 tournaments that were right then. And then after that, I don't know, we couldn't make it for some reason, and then people who we wanted to come couldn't make it for some reason, or we asked you like way too late.
Yeah.
And
we asked on Monday afternoon, can you make it to UltraChen in an hour? Yeah.
But we definitely didn't want to let this one go by the wayside. Definitely wanted to get somebody in to actually talk about it. So.
All right.
So what we're going to do, as James said, is just go through kind of the system mechanics at the start, a lot of the basics at the start. And I guess before we do that, there was a little quick introduction there, but do you want to introduce yourself in some more elaborate way?
Sure. I'm RDK Tyrant. Most people know me as EGP Tyrant from the Mortal Kombat community. I'm mostly known playing MK9 since the game came out. And so I'm here playing the next NetherRealm installment, which is Injustice. Totally different game.
So, as a Mortal Kombat player, do you feel like this is a completely different game?
Oh, man, it is totally different. It's kind of ridiculous. Looking at it, when you see the gameplay in terms of doing the pressure and, doing strings as pressure, it kind of looks like Mortal Kombat, but in terms of everything else, the dashing, the movement is completely different. So,
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want to get into just some characters here and pick whoever, and then we'll just talk about the mechanics?
Who are 2 good standard characters to start with?
You
could make me Catwoman, because that's the only character I know how to do anything with, so...
Okay, well, I'll just go Green Lantern. Green Lantern, for me, when I first played the game, he was the one that stood out to me the most as the easiest one to pick up.
Interesting.
Pretty simple.
Okay.
And, get the Catwoman going.
Obviously, the different stages.
Yeah, there's
different.
yeah, very important in this game. It's like counterpicking characters, basically.
For sure.
So, just so people know, stage. Obviously, there's these stage interactables in which certain players. All the characters can interact with them, and depending on the stage, there's different kinds of interactables.
Yes,
which can give certain characters some advantage over others. And just out of curiosity, really quick, what's the tournament rule that people have kind of come up with that right now?
For interactables?
Yeah, for counter picking and stuff. Here, let me change my controller.
Yeah, no problem. For now, I don't think anybody's really established as far as the interactables and stuff. Right now, mostly it's the stages for some characters are a little overpowered. I know recently on the East Coast, they just are enforcing the whole banning Ferris aircraft. And
oh, yeah?
Yeah, they officially banned it. From what I've heard, I mean, over there on ECT, Ferris Aircraft is banned. So,
wow.
But along with that, apparently, I don't know if it's because the stage is kind of ridiculous. Like in terms of, there's like an interactable like right next to you as soon as you start, and and the
gotcha.
for gadget characters on the right side, which is the missiles, the button.
Yep.
That's the magic button, man.
Yep.
Once you get over there, you're set. Like, but
yeah, we'll get into stage interactables a little bit later. So let's just talk about extreme basics here. So, I mean, obviously, just like any other game, you have a super meter. I mean, you have a life meter at the top. You got the super meter at the bottom, and it looks like we have 4 chunks of super meter.
Yeah, there's 4. Yeah, you have 4 bars, whereas in Mortal Kombat you had 3 bars.
Right.
And in Mortal Kombat, your meter was basically used for breakers, basically to stop combos and reset it. But in here, your meter is basically like your life, because when you lose that first bar and you're just getting destroyed, you want to make sure you have at least something to keep you alive. And each bar, each meter is the wager system. Basically, if you're losing, you can initiate, which is the same input. I think it would be the block button in Mortal Kombat, but in here it's the meter burn button, which is
depending on how
depending on how you set it up. So you press any direct, I think forward and meter burn, and initiate the wager, and you immediately are on the defensive. So if your opponent has more life or more meter than you, then it's a guessing game.
Right.
So if he wants to wager all of it to do damage on you, and you lose all your meter, then then that's the guessing game.
So I mean, here's a question. So you're saying like super meter is super important in this game. Now, in a game like Marvel, for example, people are building meter like crazy, right? In Street Fighter, you get super meter, but you almost never use supers. You save more for EXs and stuff like that. What would you say in this game? Like, how quickly do you build meter? Do you find yourself using meter a lot? Because I'll watch Crazy Bone play Catwoman, and he's just meter burning like constantly. Like I feel like he has an endless supply of meter.
Yeah. He in this game, you build meter from I believe hit confirming, blocking incoming attacks.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah, and just doing special moves.
Okay.
And you don't really notice it, but by the end of the time, you end up doing a meter burn, B&B, and you're like, whoa, where'd I get that meter from? So you build meter definitely a lot faster in this game.
Okay.
For the main reason, because you need it for everything.
Gotcha. Okay. So another question is, so I'm looking at the super meter, and I noticed that like kind of around Green Lantern, there's that little loop with the Green Lantern symbol on it. Catwoman has this little yellow bar underneath it. What's the difference? But what is that?
I think it looks like just part of the design.
Just design.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I never really noticed that.
I didn't either.
I'm just trying to, because you know what? I mean, a lot of people are going to see that and wonder what that is. So
exactly.
It's really just kind of like a fancy symbol for it then.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, so let's bring this all the way back here to the super basics. What are the buttons here?
Basically, it's very similar to Marvel. You have light, medium, and your heavy, I guess. And you have your trait button, which is basically very, that's what makes your character stand out.
Okay.
Green Lantern's, obviously, his trait allows him to enhance his specials without any meter.
Interesting. Oh wow. Okay.
And his grab gives you a regular bounce, whereas a regular one doesn't, so you get more combo potential.
Oh, okay.
So very important.
So if you don't have the trait activated, what happens if you grab him with that move?
Hard knockdown, but I mean you get OQ off of that. But yeah,
so it's basically just for him it's a power up, right? Because like all the different like I know Catwoman, her trait is just really interesting because it's just a combo extender, right? Just to get a little bit of extra damage at the end of combos and such.
Yeah, Catwoman's trait, I believe, is she gets these scratches. And you get them randomly in combos. Like there's not a specific way to get them.
It's random?
Yeah, it's like as you see, if you press 1 again, you get the scratch. You're not going to get the same scratch.
Right.
Oh yeah, check that out. Okay.
Oh,
so
I didn't know that.
And basically, if I get up to 5, and if I'm in the middle of a combo and I hit the trait button, I get to do this longer extender for free.
Well, I mean, we'll go over the specifics of the individual traits when we go over the characters, but so we're going to be calling light, medium, heavy. We'll probably say 1, 2, and 3 a lot,
or A, B, and C as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're basically going to have 3 different. Okay, well, here's a good question. In general, would you say lights, mediums, and heavies, ABCs, 1, 2, 3, do they actually do different kinds of damage, or are they all generally the same amount of damage? So in other words, if I do jump, see that's 5%, jump B is 7, and jump heavy is 11. So you can kind of consider it a light, medium, heavy, right?
Yeah,
so
it is more than anything, but I think, you know, from the Mortal Kombat community, we're coming from 1, 2, 3, 4. So we just take the 4 out, and
okay, fair enough.
So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the trait, but that's not it. There are a couple more.
Right. Yeah, so do people generally use 4 for trait, or do they call it?
They just call it trait.
They just call it
for the most part.
Yeah. Did I just say 4?
Yeah, you said 1, 2, 3.
I just meant 1, 2, 3, and then trait. Yeah.
Okay. So there's obviously throws in this game, right?
Yes.
And how do you throw?
It's old school. 1 plus or 1 plus 3. Yeah, right. 1 plus 3 or light plus heavy, I guess.
So the interesting thing is, so for example, you're playing in the standard default configuration. So you have basically, if you look at the controller like this, right? You're basically playing 1, 2, 3 trait. Yep. Right? Mm-hmm. So the way I got used to it was 1, 2, 3 trait, more of a Marvel kind of format. Yeah. And the interesting thing about that is, for you, throw is this. For me, throw is this, which is a little awkward.
Right.
But you can program a shortcut throw button, which is what I've done. I've put it up here on the top.
Oh, yeah?
So if I really feel like it, I can throw with my pinky up here and not have to worry about this combination.
Random, dude.
Yeah. Maybe. I mean, I have yet to play people. I've just been doing training mode, so it's really hard for me to say what I'm going to get used to.
Right.
Okay, this is really interesting. Do all jump 3s knock down?
Yep, for the most part. It's the most damaging. Very good. Like, if you can land these as many jump 3s or just 3s in general, those are the more damaging normals.
Okay.
So if you get, you get a jump 3, you get really, really good damage.
Gotcha.
And you just got to be careful because you're automatically airborne. Whereas opposed if you do jump 2s or jump 1s, it leaves you staggering.
Right.
But
so just to go back to the buttons, the 1, 2, 3 trait.
Okay, we got trait, and you also have
throw, which is the 2 together, right? Okay, but there's 2 extra buttons that are actual buttons, right?
Right. And one of them is the interactable button, which you're going to be using a lot in this game. And basically, a lot of damage, 20%, and
wow. Okay.
But I mean, for Catwoman, I don't know if she can dodge that.
Let's see. If I activate interactable here, oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
okay.
16%.
So how often can I use this?
It's really good.
There's gadget characters.
I think
they're really good because they can use that interactable, constantly. There's a little cooldown on it.
Yeah, I noticed. I'm mashing it. I can't hold it. Come on, interactable!
Right. Whereas, the power characters, I think they do a little more damage, but you can only use it once.
Oh, gotcha. Now, once you do that, is that interactable gone for me?
You can't use that at all.
I can!
Because I know it's like that with some interactables.
I think it's on the other side.
Yeah, because I think like the trash bin, they'll destroy the trash bin and you can't use it anymore.
Oh, you learned something new.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't know that. Okay.
Oh, that's good to know. Take
that sucks.
And also, you can use them for combos too, right? So if I hit an interactable, for example, I can hit you and get a free wall bounce essentially in combos, right? So can I chain into it? Oh, I can. Look at that.
You can chain all of your any string into it, so you can do 3 into
interactable, right?
Like even if it's not this interactable where you hit the opponent into the background, even if it's the aquarium burst, you can still combo into that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And so you can put them in situations where they're stagger and they can't do anything but just eat that interactable then pretty much, right?
Yeah, pretty much. It's really, it's really good to...
Oh, what the heck? So...
Yeah, that's basically you're pretty much invincible Like, it's basically a way to get in on characters and a way to get out.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's some jumping interactables, and when you do this, you're invincible. So, I mean, the gadget characters have these movement kind of things, right? Like, I've seen her, she jumps off, like, the air conditioning unit in the background and such, right?
Yeah.
And you'll notice that you can do an interactable when at the right or left side of your character's name, at the outer side of the character, of their health bar, you'll have that little button. See that?
Oh, yeah, okay.
See,
so
it says the button that you have set to it is B.
Yeah.
Tyrant has it on RB.
So let me try something really quick. Can I do something like... Oh, look at that.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah.
So, you know, gadget characters are tricky.
I can even do it on whiff?
Yeah.
Like, it looked like I did it on whiff. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I did hit you. Oh.
No, I think you did. It's just the recovery, you weren't recovered yet.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
James breaking the game. Jeez. Oh, man.
Dude, that's good. I can zone. So, in other words, if I do this, if I jump and hit B and then interactable right away, like to try to avoid it or something like that, why can't I do it anymore?
Hey, you're not pressing the attack early enough when you jump.
Oh, like that, right? So I will go from my attack to invincible slide then.
Yep, basically hit and run, like, easy. But what's really good is only the gadget characters can use that. See, I can't do anything about
Interesting.
that.
So the power characters have some advantage because they get to toss these things at you and they do tons of damage.
So, I mean, we should say that there are different classes of characters for the purposes of interactables.
Exactly.
Some get to do different things based on the different interactables, based on the two classes, right?
Yeah.
Power and gadget.
Power,
Okay.
yep.
Okay. Gotcha.
Power is definitely more...
Now, so
damage.
some of them, obviously, like this, one character can use, the other can't. Some of them are, both characters can use it, but the result is different. And then these ones, like this wall here, is both characters can use it, and it behaves the same.
Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, cool.
So
Now, there's no button shortcut for interactable by any chance, or?
Nope, just one button, pretty
Actually,
much.
I think you can do 1 and 2. 1 and 2 is an interactable.
I prefer the one button.
Yeah.
Because I always find myself planking, you know, in those high tense situations.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I prefer just the one button.
Okay. So that's interactable button, and then there's also a sixth.
Yes,
Right.
which is the meter burn button, right?
Yeah.
A meter burn button, and what does that do?
Basically, that enhances your special moves. So this is the regular one without the meter burn, and that one's the enhanced one. You get more.
Now, the interesting thing about it is, I mean, this is different than an EX move, right? Because you actually choose to do it after you've started the move, right?
Yeah.
So EX, you would have to do it right away. So, for example, if I use the meter burn button, I would do, like, I have back towards medium with Catwoman, but you actually don't do back towards meter burn. You do back towards medium and then hit meter burn afterwards, right?
Yeah, making it easy to hit confirm, so that way you're not just, you know, wasting bar, you know. So it's a little more lenient in terms of like committing to moves.
Now, how much can you actually react to it? For example, so if I'm like Catwoman and I hit you, can I do a meter burn kind of? Oh, I can. Okay.
Yeah, you can really super delay it. Yeah.
There are some that you have to do pretty quickly, but yeah, there are ones that you can wait quite a while on.
Yeah, actually, this is one of my favorite systems that they put in the game.
It's super cool
because I haven't seen this in any other fighting game before, where you enhance your special move post doing the move, like so you can kind of use. Because like I think what is it like certain characters like Deathstroke can shoot the gun and then hit the meter burn button to throw an extra grenade or something in case they see someone jump over his guns or something.
Exactly.
See, that's really cool. I think that's super creative. It's one of my favorite, like I said, one of my favorite things.
Yeah, I definitely agree.
Systems about the game. So
I definitely agree. So that uses one of the bars, right? Whenever you do it.
Yep. Just when you're very much like Street Fighter. You know, if you want to do an EX show, you know, you do. I mean, for here you would have, you know, it's a little easier. You can just hit confirm it. But yeah, only waste one bar. And again, some moves have different attributes for using it.
So what if you meter burned again at the end? What would happen?
You can only use the same meter, I believe. Oh, for Green Lantern anyway, you can only use one meter burn lift in a combo. So if you try to do it again, so it just does a regular.
Oh wow! Oh, it doesn't do anything.
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't know that.
That might be the same with Catwoman. I'm not
So
really
if I hit you with this and you block it, so say you block, can I meter burn off of it?
Now, for that, if you want to...
It just depends on the character.
If you want a safe way, safe way to get in, like for Catwoman, you'd have to just do it instantly.
So, for example, if I'm a screen away, then I just do this and I get in.
Exactly.
Right? Okay. Interesting. And it looks like I don't even have to time it, because I noticed when you were doing, you were just holding the meter burn button, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Just hold it.
So when I do my thing from a screen away, I can just hold the button and instantly get it like that.
Like,
so
are you holding the button before you do the special move?
Oh, I don't know.
No, I would input it and then...
Let me try what happens if I do that. Oh yeah, you have to hit it afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
So can I just... Oh, it's not even necessarily holding. It's just if you just tap it right away, it registers. Gotcha.
Yeah, you can kind of like drum both of them, just like quickly drum.
Oh wow, yeah, you can practically piano them. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Gotcha. See, these are the things I like to find out, is like how these little control things work.
For sure.
Now, wait, we're missing one more, probably the most important button, which is the stance switching button, right? Because because this is how you make Catwoman dance, right?
Yeah, NetherRealm loves fight.
That doesn't do anything, right?
I mean, it does. There's stance specific combos.
Oh, are there really?
Yes. I mean, it was. I know in Mortal Kombat that it was actually very useful, because some combos would drop on some characters based on the stance that you're
Wow.
in.
Okay,
So
I
haven't really messed around too much with it in this game.
Okay.
But I'm sure there's stance specific combos.
And also, this one I think is also, you can do 2+3 and you get the stance switch in there. So of the 3 buttons, all 2 button combinations are actually something. So
yeah, pretty much.
So 1 and 2 is the interactable, 1 and 3 is the throw, and 2 and 3 is the stance switch. Like I said, stance switch, obviously, most important one.
And then the other button combination is super, right? So
yes.
How do you do super?
Super is actually, it's pretty awkward for me. I don't know how it is for you, but basically, it's stance switch and your meter bird. So, I usually just press the what is it?
Right.
It's meter burn and have a stance switch button.
Right.
Gotcha.
At the.
Let me see. Oh yeah. Okay.
That's easier for me, but I've actually know some people who do heavy, medium, and meter burn.
Oh,
right.
So they go
like actually doing it. So on my controller, it would be these 3 buttons right here, like that.
It would be. So it would be like short, strong, fierce.
Actually, on my controller, it would be strong, fierce, roundhouse.
Strong, fierce, roundhouse.
Yeah, that's how I have it set up.
Okay.
And my super obviously has very little range. And so does yours. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, okay. But then since I have stance switch down here, I can just hit these 2 buttons
hit those last
and get
2.
the same thing. Okay, gotcha.
That nice little animation.
Oh, yeah, I haven't seen this one. Like whenever I see Catwoman's playing, they're just meter burning all the time. So
Yeah,
pretty much.
never gonna see the super.
Okay, cool. Well, I mean, that covers the buttons. Let's go over the systems in just a little bit.
Hey man, it's your show.
Actually, just one more thing. You said that meter burn is how you do wagers, right?
So, let's see if we can actually simulate that with this awesome updated practice mode. Shout out to NetherRealm.
Did they update it?
They
Dude,
really.
it's good.
It's really
Oh
good.
wow! Okay.
I mean, with Mortal Kombat is probably the basic training mode you can get.
For sure.
So, I mean, here, they just have everything. You can basically simulate everything.
Okay,
cool.
cool.
If you don't really have a scene to play with and you want to level up, you can simulate these situations. So,
So basically, we'd have to be in round 2, essentially, right?
Yes, life percentage.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I don't know. I actually haven't really messed around if we can get it to like...
I think you can get it down to the red life, can't you? Maybe not.
Can we... Oh, we split clash on.
There you
So...
So just so people know, if you look at the life bar, there's actually 2 life bars on top of each other. There's the gray one and the red one, and this game works kind of like... Actually, let's take a break, and then we'll talk about the round system, and then we can get into it. So,
Okay,
sorry about that.
Be back in a bit.
Well, in a second, as soon as I get this all set up. This is why we need a stream producer, man. I'm telling you, so I don't have to do everything at once. Okay, we'll be right back. Alright, Alright guys, welcome back to First Attack. We're going over Injustice today, finally. So and we have our guest here, RDK Tyrant, helping us out here. And what we're going over is a few of the basics here on First Attack, and when we get a chance, we'll go into more character specifics on Level 3 Focus. Before we went on break, I was talking about the life system. So right now, if you look at Catwoman's life, you'll see that the gray has been partially drained, and then there's a red bar under it. So the way this game works is you have 2 life bars, essentially. And unlike most other fighting games, except for maybe Vampire Saviors, the only other one I can think that's similar to this, you have 2 life bars and there's no official rounds. When you lose a life bar, you just get knocked down and you're downed, apparently, essentially. Mm-hmm. And then you get, so whatever combo you're in, you fall out of, you get up again, and you start again with only the red bar.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And then the other thing, too, I believe, is under the names, you see that little yellow there? That means you have the ability to wager, right? That means you have a wager stored up to use. But you can only use the wager on a red bar, correct?
Yes. We're just in training mode, so you can turn Clash on at whatever percentage of health. So this is not like an accurate representation of what happens in an actual game. Right. But yeah, usually it's just during red life.
So wagering, how do we wager?
Basically, you can wager at the initial start, in a combo. So a combo is 2 hits.
So what's the command for wagering?
The command would be meter burn and towards or forward, basically. Okay. So if I'm hitting you, initiate the wager. And since you initiated the wager, you're already trying to get life back. You're wagering your meter to get the life back. Mm-hmm. Since I'm being wagered upon, I want to either cut down the amount of life that you could possibly get, or if I have more weight or more meter than you, I can actually just overpower your meter and actually do free damage on you.
Oh, really?
So if you're the person who wagers, all you can do is get life back. Mm-hmm. But if you're the person who's being wagered on, then all you can do is deal damage.
Deal damage, yeah.
I see. So in other words, if you get wagered on, you cannot suffer any negative consequence, right? The only thing that happens is the opponent can have a positive consequence.
Right.
That's a good way to put it.
But whatever meter that you wager, even if you win or lose, you don't get that back.
Oh, okay.
So if you wager, in this case, let's say I had 3 bars and you had 4 bars, and I want to wager all of it, you would only get 15% because I wagered.
So hit me again. Let's just do that. So I'll do 4, you do 3. So, okay, wait. So, for wagering here, you just, should I mash it? Or
no, you can pretty much just hold it. So, after 2 hits.
Okay. Now, I noticed the buttons they got. So, the buttons for wagering are the same no matter what your button configuration is.
Yeah, pretty much. So,
okay.
You just gotta remember.
Okay. So, do that again. So, try it again. So, just hold it. Okay, so if I go B, and I'm wagering everything, and you did A, for example. So, I did 4 to 3, and so I gained 15% back.
Exactly.
I see. Now, let's say I did 4 to 2. Do I gain more than 15% back?
I believe you gain 25, something like that.
Let's try it then. So I'll do B again, and then you do Y.
I think it's around 20, maybe 30%. I'm not sure.
25.
Okay.
What about 4 versus 0? How much?
You would gain. That's the most. I think it's 33%.
Try.
So you do nothing.
Mm-hmm. I would not do anything if you were already on the red bar and I still had a lot of white left, because there's no point.
Wait, so what's 4 versus 1 then?
How much was that? Was that 33?
That was 4 versus 0. Yeah, that was 33.
Okay. So let's try 4 versus 1.
I just want to know.
Okay. I believe
what's the intermediary here?
It's 30%.
30?
Yeah.
Okay. So in other words, the more you wager, the less effective it becomes then.
Exactly.
That's
I guess that's
really
true, yeah. So it's 15%, then 10% extra, then 5% extra, and then 3% extra.
See, that's really cool, because then that kind of baits the person to not want to use everything, but then that makes it so the other person can sneak up and beat him or something like that,
And then if you're the one who wins as the hitter, or the guy who got wagered on. I don't know. Is it the same thing, like 15% damage, 25% damage, 33, 30, 33?
So let me do 0 then.
Okay.
Let me do 0. I just want to see what happens.
You're just gonna...
So if I just want to put the hurting on you, and I just wager all my meter, I'm going to kill this guy.
Yeah.
You would get
33. Okay, so it's the same percentage.
Okay. Yeah.
Can you kill with that? Can you kill with a?
You cannot die from wagers.
Oh, really?
It leaves you within an inch.
Okay.
Very, very minuscule amount of.
Well, here's a question for you. Just from a strategy perspective, if I see the opponent has more super meter than me, why would I ever wager?
Mostly just to reset the situation, to stop. Like, let's say, like, if you're playing against a Solomon Grundy, Grundy does a lot of damage. He does, high 40s, low 50s.
Okay.
So if I'm comboing you, you want to stop that mid combo to get at least, to cut it at like 30%.
That makes sense.
Just to stop.
So if I had like 3 bars, you had 4 bars, I'll just interrupt it, lose, but in the end I take less damage than eating the whole thing.
Exactly.
But let's just say I'm down. Oh, but you can never die from it, right?
From it,
so no matter what, like if you're about to die, of course you're going to use it, lose, like don't wager nothing, and then you get to live.
I mean, you always want to at least wager, even if, if you're losing on life and meter, you at least want to use it just to have that chance to get up. And
in other words, it's like Marvel. If you die without ever using your wager, like an X Factor, you did something wrong.
Right. It's pretty much.
Okay. Well, here's another question that I had about the wagering. I remember somebody said you can fake wager 0 by hitting one of the other buttons.
Yeah, I heard about that.
So
I don't really see a lot of...
Hit me really quick. Let me try. So if I hit... Oh, yeah. So I hit my meter burn button, and I essentially wagered 0 by hitting that.
So you can... Exactly. Oh, okay. That's pretty interesting, actually.
Yeah. So that way it doesn't look like you're actually doing nothing. Okay,
right.
Okay, cool. What happens if I try what is this? But the
interactable?
Oh, that's right. It's not... It doesn't reconfigure it. Okay, let me hit this button. I'm just curious to see what happens if I hit other buttons.
Yeah, I think it's just the meter.
So it's only right trigger. Only right trigger does it. So RB doesn't do it. Okay, cool. Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, the wager system is basically, it all depends on the player. So let's say you're playing somebody who's not using who specifically saves his bar just for wager to get the health back. You can kind of just play based on that. Because usually players like that, they initiate their wager at this, no matter what. So I don't know. I think it was a really good addition to this game.
I like it. I think it's really cool. And you can only use it once per game, right?
Yes, you only get once. You only get it once.
Yeah, it's funny because I remember when I first heard about the wager system, I was like, this is kind of dumb. Like, I can't even imagine, like, why can't you just do Combo Breaker like Mortal Kombat?
Right.
And then as I kept watching the versus matches, like, at all the events, I was like, I kind of like this. And you know what the strange thing is? I haven't really even gotten sick of the animation either. Like I thought.
They sped it up because I remember seeing it in earlier builds, and it was it was definitely noticeably bigger.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't got sick of it. I actually think it's kind of cool. Like it kind of gives people a break. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, in a lot of ways, it's because you were saying like to get people off, or you reset the situation. In a way, it even kind of lets you mentally reset yourself too.
And it does, like, just seeing that animation and you losing the clash, it's like, oh crap, like I lost that. And then it's a very big. It could be a really big momentum shift.
Sure.
So interesting. Okay.
I like how they have a little conversation too, and it's like tailored to the character.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
It's also different depending on which costume you have, right?
Yeah. So
really?
For Nightwing, because it's Damian Wayne. It's not. I think.
Oh, this one is Damian. This one's not.
They have
Dick
different
Grayson?
costumes. Yeah, there's Dick Grayson, and they have the Damian Wayne costume.
And like Green Lantern, if you have the yellow costume, he's Yellow Lantern, and it actually says Yellow Lantern at the top of the screen.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay.
Yeah. So that's again, like I said before, you want to use your meter like you're treating it like your life. Like you want to. Meter management is very, very important.
So meter. So I mean, we've had players mentioned before, like even in Super Street Fighter 4, that meter is almost more important than life meter, right? Super meter is more important than life meter. That's definitely true with this game, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Now, okay, so we talked about supers, which use all 4. we've talked about meter burns, which use 1. We talk about the wager system, which you can use however many you wager. Is there any other way to use meters, or is that pretty much it?
Yeah. There's a couple other ways also. Let's see if I can. So reset the interactable. Okay. So you can actually use. You can spend a bar to add super armor to yourself when you throw interactables. So yeah, it's so let's say. So, I mean, let's say so you're just getting pressured and you want to get off. So you just press meter burn and the interactable button, and you actually get meter.
Can I do that when I'm sliding across this?
No, but you can. I think you can do it on the over there.
Oh, I have to hit them at the same time.
Oh, you can plank them.
Okay, let me see. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah. So even if you jump kick me, I have armor.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
Wow. Okay.
So
in other words, like I've seen people when they try to like slide the trash bin over and they'll get hit before they do it. So you can make sure you slide that trash bin.
But that's not with all projectiles, or not all interactables.
Oh,
that's only for some of them. Man, can you imagine? Just
Can I do it off of this one? Come over here really quick.
Oh no, it's just
okay, not this one.
Interactables you can pick up, interactables you can get.
And obviously I can't do it on this slide thing.
Yeah, dude, that'd just be ridiculous.
But I am invincible anyway.
Can you do it on in Ferris? Can you do it on the rocket? Can you meter burn the rocket?
I don't really, because I use a power character, so I just pick up the missile and just check.
You can throw the 10 Commandments at me, right?
Yeah, I can meter burn that.
Okay.
But it's...
So I can't do anything with that or the snow globe, right?
This is essentially kind of a really, really tough stage for gadget characters.
Gotcha.
Because, all I had to do is just get over here, bust this open, and then kind of just guard it,
Right.
Wait, can we reset that real quick? Do that again? Like, how easy is it for me to jump over this? I mean, honestly,
it's kind of ridiculous. It's like raging waters right here.
Oh, jeez.
It's really hard, yeah.
All right, try one more time. I'm just curious about this now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jeez. Okay. Yeah. So.
But I mean, as the game progresses, obviously there's going to be ways to I believe. If you were a power character, you could actually pick up the globe and dodge it and choke that.
Gotcha. Okay.
But if you see your opponent,
so in other words, if I'm over here and you're back there, and I try to do my stage interaction, you could pick up your snow globe.
Yeah, I guess.
Oh, that's pretty sick. Wait, what does she do with the globe as a gadget character?
Okay, so she
Can I do anything with it?
You can hop over it. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So if I do this,
I think you can. But the thing about her is if you press the interactable button and you hold down. See that dynamite before she left?
Oh yeah.
She plants that, so do it and then just hold down.
Hold down on the controller.
Oops. So she blows it up.
Ooh, interesting.
So there's really, I believe you can string that. So
in other words, I can do like.
So let's say I'm doing a string, or you're doing a string.
Oops, let me try that again. Okay, let me do 1, 2. It looks like I can't.
Or I think what Crazy did is he actually did a combo, knocked me down, and then bounced off of it.
Okay. So, but if I don't, how do I how did I bounce off of it without? Oh, I hit down an interactable and it plants it. You don't have to hold down.
Yeah.
But if I just hit interactable, then I just jump off of it.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, can I jump off of it in different directions? Oh, I can.
Yeah, you
can.
Okay. And I believe you can get a combo. You might be able to do cat dash or something.
Oh.
So let's say if you blow it up, I'm in the air.
Hey, so do something like, and then try to get over there.
Oh, dude, that'd be pretty sick.
I want to see. I really want to try something. Hang on a second. Let's see if I can do this.
Combo maker.
I wanted to see if I can interactable again off of there. I couldn't do it.
I bet they put that at like the exact range where you couldn't do that.
I wanted to go interactable. That would have been sick. Okay.
So you can meter burn interactables. How else can you use meter, or can you?
You also your heavy button. You have a forward heavy, which is your everybody has a universal forward 3 and a back 3.
I love how Catwoman's overhead doesn't look like an overhead at all.
The first hit, it's a hopping overhead. It's really good. It's 2 hits, and it's actually part of her B&B combos. We'll go into later. But each character has a universal forward 3, which is always going to be an overhead, but you can't do it twice because of hard knocks down.
Oh, right. So that's very Mortal Kombat-like, right? So you get 1 ground bounce per combo.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if usually like
so
Green Lantern,
okay.
And if you do forward 3 and meter burn, you have 1 hit. You can add 1 hit of armor. And it's one. You stopped right over. And so that's really good for wake ups and
well, so here, like, I know you can hold the button too, right? Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Which is easier for hit confirming too. So if you hold it and then press meter burn, you can add that delayed armor.
Okay. So what's the point of holding it? Oh, that's right. You can dash out of it. That's right.
And use it like a FADC.
Okay. Oh, can I?
Yeah, it's like a focus dash toward, man.
Oh, okay. So can you chain in the middle of it or something like that?
Yeah, it's kind of funky for doing combos because you can't just do forward heavy or back heavy in the middle of it. When you're doing a string, you can cancel it into basically any string. So in order to do that, let's say for Green Lantern it's 2-2-3, and if you want to chain that into forward 3 or back 3, for forward 3 you would do forward meter burn.
Oh, that's right. I remember seeing that now. Actually, was under the move list, right? Under special moves, I think it count, or is it under?
I think it's special moves.
Special moves.
Somewhere at the bottom.
Or is it under basic attacks?
So yeah, you would do. So you can pretty much combo into any string into forward meter burn, which is the overhead, or you can do back meter burn, which is the wall launcher.
Okay. So everyone's back in 3 always does the wall bounce, right? Okay.
But they all have different ways to use them. Green Lantern's it's good for whiff punishing, and his forward 3 low crushes. So you're gonna be seeing a lot of lanterns.
Yeah, because I noticed her back 3 goes so far.
Yeah, hers is really good.
It's ridiculous how far this thing goes, and then I can put armor on it, right? So I can do that. Okay.
Really
well, so now here's a question: what if you throw a stage interactable at me? Can I armor through it?
You can essentially and then still die.
Now, does the water count as 1 hit?
The water counts as 1 hit. So go.
Oops. Oh yeah.
Okay.
There you go. What about your water?
Yeah, you can get out of it. And you can get up and close.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Nice.
So it's only 1 hit, but remember, you only get 1 hit of armor. So you can get stuffed out of it.
So one cool thing is you could actually choose to just let this go and hit them, or you can dash cancel it after you armored, right? And then do a big combo if you want. So in other words, if you do that wall thing, I could actually just let go, dash forward, and combo you that way instead of just going straight for... Okay. That's cool. Okay. So, oh, nice. Let me try that really quick. Okay.
And hers is really good because, you're hopping, but you're getting hit while you're crouching. It's really, really funky overhead.
Because I know, I can do that. This is that's my favorite thing,
yeah, her combos are really good.
As soon as I found that out on the first day I was messing with it, I was like, oh, look, I can do this into this. I was like, wait, can I combo after that? And I did. I was like, sick.
Yeah, she's really good. Half of her combo is unwagerable, so you just gotta take half of that combo.
Oh, wait. So what does that mean, unwagerable?
Basically, because you can't wager combos with forward 3 or back 3. So no matter what. So,
really?
Oh, you can't wager against forward or back 3? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, okay.
So if you, let's say, you're about to die, I do a combo, back 3.
Oh, I can't wager.
I would forward 3 to get that extra damage.
That makes
sense.
In
other words, for example, if I actually hit you with this, it's good just to do this. Whoops, and then you can't wager anymore, and I can do this, and then that's where you could wager right there, right?
But look, I already took 20% for free because I can't wager.
Gotcha.
That's cool. I didn't know that.
If I hit you with this like that, you can't wager right now. You can only wager right when a move connects with you, right?
I might be able to wager that, but hers is weird because it crosses up. So,
but he means during the crumple, though, as you're crumpling.
Yeah, I can't.
Yeah, you can't wager there. So in other words, once I've hit you with this, then this into that is free, right?
Yeah, I'm holding wager the whole time, and
okay.
It has to be done during the opponent's
it's right when the
active
move
frames,
connects
right?
with you.
Yeah,
because that's how it was in Mortal Kombat.
Right.
You couldn't combo break until the move touched you, right there. Okay, okay, good stuff. So is there any other way? That's really crazy that everyone can gain armor this way for free. You know, that's really good. Oh wait, how come you didn't get launched? Oh, okay.
Well, he was,
I
was blocking.
Oh, okay.
And typically, most 4-3s and back 3s are significantly plus on block.
Okay.
So if you block, I don't know if you saw when you did your back 3, it was like really staggered. And you did free pressure.
Let me try again. Oh yeah, what? Even my towards 3? Because this thing is like crazy like that.
Yeah, I can.
Oh dang! Look at that stagger on that. Wow.
So that's really good to bait people who want to, you see them pressing buttons the whole time. Just throw that out there and then get that.
So
that makes sense.
What's the general strategy to punish something like this then? So in other words, if I'm Catwoman and I just go freaking nuts with this button all day like this, how do you?
There's a lot of startup on it.
Yeah, but a mix up, like let's say you're blocking, I can throw armor on it. If they see you, it's very good for. I use it basically for conditioning.
Well, so here's a question: what happens if I do my armored one and you do your armored one and we hit each other?
The second one will probably.
Oops, let me do it again. Oh, I see. Gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay, so any more ways to use meter?
I believe that's it. I mean, for the most part, you can use meter for interactables, use meter for 4-3s and back 3s.
You push block.
And push block.
Push block.
Yeah,
I forgot push block was in this game.
Exactly. It's so weird because, it's.
Okay, so how do you do push block?
If you're doing, I think if I hit you, in the block string, you press meter burn, and it pushes me off.
Okay.
It's
so
one
what
bar.
happens if I hold the button down?
Yeah.
Oh wow! So you can do it on one hit.
Yeah, it's very lenient.
Oh, are you holding it even before he presses the button?
I am, but that doesn't.
Oh,
work.
that doesn't work.
That
okay.
work, so.
You would have to do it after. Yeah.
Okay.
But the interesting thing about it is there's actually a reaction to it. Because you know how in almost all Capcom games with a push block, the guy keeps he'll just keep chaining or whatever like that. But in this game, when you push block them, they actually have a reaction so that they stagger a little.
There is recovery. There are things so if Lex has his little low little mine out there, and you are okay, Lex has a mine out. You try to attack Lex. Lex blocks and push blocks you into the mine. You'll get hit by the mine during your recovery.
Dirty setups.
Yeah.
So can I push block jump attacks?
I think it's mostly grounded.
It's after you land.
I think it's yeah.
So if I hit it before you land, I can't do
Actually,
it.
It's a little easier.
It looks like what? Do it again. Do it again.
Jump attack.
Yeah.
And don't do anything else. See, I can hit it after you land.
Okay, but press it early.
Do it again. Let me try again. So do a jump attack early.
Okay.
Oh, it does actually register. Okay, cool.
But you just have to press the button later than you would. You have to press it once it lands. Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No, it works. It just the reaction happens much later.
Okay.
Than you think.
Okay.
So I'm push blocking and nothing's happening there.
Mm-hmm. You can use that's the meter burn for it.
Oh, you meter burn through the push block?
Through the push block.
So sick.
Oh,
and when so let's say you're push blocking, right?
Okay.
So you can use the meter in FADC through the push block.
You mean
That's pretty hype.
The towards meter burn stuff?
Yeah. So kind of like in Marvel, you see somebody push blocking, you can punish the push block.
Whoa, so basically what you're doing is you're using the armor to stop the push block.
And you can get in and punish.
That's so sick, dude.
Yeah.
You know what?
I didn't know about that.
I had a comparison. A lot of people are going to think this is kind of weird, but the funny thing about when I kept seeing all these systems in this game, the game that it reminds me the most of so far is Samurai Showdown 2. Because Samurai Showdown 2
I never played it.
had down to make you crouch lower than normal. You had down forward to make you roll. If you hit the 2 medium buttons, they would hop over little attacks. You could run and then roll. They had 7,000 systems that you could just, if they put them in there, and if you found a way to use them, you can find a way to use them. And it feels that way in this game because there's so many systems.
Yeah,
so it's actually kind of neat.
Very advanced systems. So I mean, that's just people haven't even gotten into that yet. But it's you can already see there's so much depth in this game, so much undiscovered stuff.
That's actually really cool.
So I mean, I have a feeling as the game goes on, you're going to be seeing a lot of stuff.
Okay.
So yeah, again, meter is definitely important.
Jeez. It's so funny because basically you have meters to stop things, but then meters to counter the meters. Mm-hmm. So in other words, if you do the metered interactable, then I can just do back 3 meter it, and then I can counter you. Well, actually, I wouldn't hit you because you're armored, right? Or is it only armored up to the point that you throw the item?
I believe.
So do the armored version.
Okay.
Oops, I am so bad at timing that. I thought he would drop faster than that. Okay. Well, I did not armor. Alright, let's try one more time. I'm really curious about this. Okay, so you lose your armor after you've thrown the item. So again, it felt cheap at first, but it's good if you see I have no meter.
Right, why not?
Right, if I have meter, then you have to be careful with it, because then I can meter through. Okay, that's cool. I like that. Good stuff.
I think that's really cool, man. I didn't know about some of that stuff, so that's cool.
So in general, one other thing that we should really talk about, especially for Mortal Kombat players, and this is another Realms game, is the distinct lack of the block button.
Yeah.
Right? So there is no block button in this game. Blocking is hold back and down back, just like...
hold back or down.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, if you hold straight down... See,
straight down.
I'm hitting you, and you're holding straight down. Yeah.
You see her face? Well, you didn't see her face, but it was hilarious.
So yeah, you just hold down.
Oh, okay. Hang on a second. So if I'm neutral, you'll hit me, right? It's not like Tekken, right? Okay.
No.
So in other words, so hold straight down. So, wait. Just stand there for a second. So I saw Crazy Bone do something. So just don't block. He did this, right? And then what he would do is after he knocked you down, he would do the dash through you and meter burn and cross you up.
I believe it was in the corner.
I saw it. Oh, you know what? He had a chain where it ended in you sliding. And then he could do that.
It was like one hit into some cartwheel thing.
Yeah.
I don't know what's.
And then what happened? I saw him do this on Vi at Wednesday Night Fights, and he crossed him up and hit him. Now, are you telling me if Vi held straight down, that this trick will not work?
If it's a low, or I guess
if it's a mid, right? Okay, hang on. I need to find this chain that does that now. So, sorry, I'm super curious now.
Well, I mean, the mix-up is if you see your opponent just holding down for time, susceptible to overhead.
Oh, there it is right there. Yeah, that's what I thought. So it's this towards... Okay, so he did this, and then he did... And then he got to the other side of him and mixed them up again, right? So he did something like... Let's do that again. Okay. Ooh, I can't dash. Dashing actually takes too long. So I can do... Oh, jeez.
There you go. And then you meet him.
Right. So let me try that again one more time. Oh my god! I have to do it pretty fast.
Yeah, if you whiff, I'm not like a Catwoman expert, but I think if you do the cat dash like on whiff,
Okay.
Dirty, how do you block that?
Right.
It's like.
But hold straight down after I knock you.
So do it again.
So if I do this. Okay, see, if I hit you from the front, you held straight down and you're okay, right? So if I do this again... God, why do I keep doing that? You know what it is? I'm so used to holding back when I hit jab that I'm doing back towards. Yeah. And I keep coming out with that instead.
You're doing it too late.
Yeah. So you can hold straight down and block. So it's not even a mix-up.
Damn.
But wait.
Crazy's a fraud?
Okay, wait. But now let's see hold down back now.
Okay.
Hold down back, okay, when I hit you. Oops. Okay, let me just do it in the corner because then it'll be easier.
Well, that was dirty. I don't know what. I don't even know if you hit me in the front.
So basically, if you hold a diagonal direction, you can get mixed up left or right. But if you hold straight down, you can't. So in other words, if you're crouch blocking, you should never be holding diagonal. You should be holding straight down.
Yeah.
That's pretty sick. I did not know that.
Yeah. So again, that makes that makes overheads that much stronger because.
Okay, right. Because if they're holding down, then I'm just like, bah.
Yeah, you just get in. Yeah, exactly.
Because there's a bunch of those like left-right mix-ups that with characters that dash around you and through you, and now essentially they don't work.
Man, I had that mixed up with Bane, and it's not gonna work now.
Oh man, Crazy's gonna be upset.
All right,
he probably.
Okay, let's pretend we never talked about this for Crazy Bone. Okay. Oh man. Okay, that's really interesting. Okay, cool.
Okay. So yeah, you can just hold down the block.
But importantly, with no block button, there's cross-ups on jumps. Mm-hmm. That's the main thing, right? Because obviously I can't leave it at neutral and block. I have to commit to holding, one direction or not, right? Mm-hmm. So is it generally just every button overheads or only certain buttons?
Only certain ones, like Green Lantern, that's a really bad cross-up.
Okay. Oh, but everything hits overhead from the air, but whether it's a cross-up is...
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All air normals are overhead.
You have the high block, right, standard. Okay. But, oh wow, my jumping H does overhead. Interesting. I mean, it does cross up. Okay, cool. So I can do something like, for example, let me see if I can do this. Cross up, and then get that slide, and then I can set up for something, right? Okay, cool.
Well, we should talk about combos, like more in depth. The chain system.
Let's go into that. Let me take a break real quick, and then we'll come back and talk a little bit about the combo attacks and chains and stuff.
All right.
Cool. You can always hear the rapper rap. Going,
rapper.
Yeah, but thanks everyone for tuning in again. I'm James Chen along with Ultra David, and we're here with Elijah, aka RDK Tyrant, who is an expert on Injustice. He's been winning a lot of the tournaments here in Southern California, one of the top Injustice players so far for this game. So he's here teaching us how to play the game. We've gone over a lot of the systems, and now we kind of want to talk about combos in this game because there seems to be kind of a general pattern to the way combos work. It looks like, well, first of all, everyone has chains, right? Yeah,
it's not, most Capcom fighters, you do light,
medium,
light,
heavy, or
strongs,
like
and all that stuff. And, usually just you repeatedly, you chain the lights and the mediums together.
Right.
Whereas in this game, you have different button combinations and directions. Okay. So, like Green Lantern, I'm doing 2-2-3, and it's different launchers. Each character has different combinations, which lead to combo launchers and stuff.
Like what's that chain?
That chain was back 1-3.
Okay.
Yeah. So like we saw earlier, I had this, which gives me the slide. Right.
What's that?
That's 1 towards and then 1 and towards 2.
Okay.
So in other words, if I do this combo, for example, the nice thing about that is then I get this hard knockdown off of that juggle, so I can sacrifice a little damage for that, right?
Yeah. Okay. So, I mean, that's pretty much. I mean, most people coming from a Capcom background, it's gonna be like, like rocket scientists, like, holy crap, what is this? Like, why do I have to press so many buttons? But I mean, it's very lenient in terms of. The timing and stuff. Most harder, the hardest trouble you're gonna have with combos are the combos that juggle. Okay. Because if you juggle them, the more you juggle them in the air, the lower they are to the ground.
Right.
And the point of a juggle is you want to get the most out because they can't block in the air. So you want to hit them as many times as possible before it hit the ground, or find a way to get a setup. See, like Green Lantern, I crossed them up, and off of that setup. I canceled one of the special moves.
Oh,
it's cute, right?
Oh, interesting. Okay. So here's a question. So in Street Fighter, obviously, what you end up doing is stuff like, one hit into a special move, right? In general, in this game, that's not a good idea, right? You want to do full chains into special moves, right?
Full chains. But in this game, some characters have moves that are either safe on block or they actually get advantage leading to more pressure. Okay. So, like for Green Lantern, so if you're blocking, let's say, this is -1, I believe. So, obviously, yeah. So you're safe, but let's say I want to get the pressure going.
Oh, okay.
I can, if I was spaced out correctly, and I cancel that. If you're in the blast, I think that's like plus 20.
Okay.
So
okay.
it's
plus 20?
Yeah, significant amount of advantage.
Gotcha.
Or I can cancel it into this, which is...
which is plus, right.
So
okay.
then I would get a free... just setups like that.
Right.
But the thing that they added to this game is the pushback, so that way you're at advantage, but you can't just dash up and continue like this onslaught of pressure, you know? So... That's the gist of it. I mean, you can cancel into some specials. Like, let's say, for Catwoman, I don't know if you're just godlike at hit confirming or something. You could do cats, like a string into the cat dash, or meter burn it, and make it safe. Because her regular cat dash isn't safe. So normally my reaction to that is like, you did a cat dash, I'm going to push a button. But, and you're going to,
Gotcha.
That makes sense.
Okay. Oh, so she has another overhead, huh?
Yeah.
Are all the overheads ground bounces?
Yeah, most of them are ground bounces generally.
So do you have a oh yeah, there it is, ground bounce right there, yeah. Okay. So how many overheads do characters have in general? Are they easy to spot? Like for example, you just did your chain right there. If I see the first move, is the only thing you can do afterwards an overhead?
The overhead, yeah.
So
that's the only thing I can do.
So not a lot of characters have like move into high or low, right? It's either one or the other.
I mean, he has a low overhead.
Oh wow!
But that's back to 1-2. But you can hit me out of that.
Oh
yeah.
Okay.
It's not totally,
Right. Can you do something to punish me for trying that?
Yeah, I can do back 2-3. You can't interrupt that. So that's the mix up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
So
basically, there's an option select timing that I can do, that I can block it no matter which one you do or attack you. Exactly. I just have to punch a little later.
Not necessarily, but maybe.
I mean, in general,
you
just block the first low and then just stand block because I don't have any, he doesn't really have traditionally any other lows than that.
Okay.
But
cool.
Yeah, Catwoman's strings are actually really, really good, and they're very tricky. Because
it's nice that she just has straight up overhead, right? So
she has a straight up overhead. She has the 3 lows. Or is it back 1?
Yeah, this one. Yeah, she can go. So low, mid, low, like that.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. And at least in the like.
Well, and the craziest thing too that's really surprised me is this sequence right there that pops you up like this. I thought, like, this is pretty safe on block.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh, okay, so you just low block it, right? Watch, low block it. That kick hits you.
Yeah, because it's a mid.
You can't get under it.
Yeah, I thought that. I was like, okay, just make it whip and punish her. And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
Because then afterwards I can combo you too, right? So, like, just don't block really quick. So I can... And then get that, and all this other stuff too. So that's really... I was really surprised because the thing about it is I'm getting kind of used to playing games where everything is punishable on block. And this game, I feel like so many things are not punishable on block except for like the really, really obviously overpowered things, right?
Right.
Because I see that Superman sequence where he goes punch into the freeze breath and he's like, oh look, I can still attack you.
Yeah, Superman is very good at it. I think he's arguably probably the best in terms of his pressure.
Right.
But yeah, that's...
I always wondered to myself, how much do you think, like, DC was like, you have to make Superman really good? It wouldn't make sense if it wasn't.
Right now, the Batman characters are good, man.
Oh, okay.
So...
The Batman characters, that's funny way to put it.
Yeah, there's a lot of Batman characters in this game.
There's a lot.
So we brought up frame data just briefly. And I don't really want to get into the whole, like, discussion of what that is.
Right.
But, like, how fast... are the fastest things?
Okay.
Like how...
let's give an example.
What's punishable?
So, in other words, in Street Fighter, for example, generally if something is -2 or less, it's considered a safe move, because only very few things can punish it.
Only grapplers, basically.
Right. And like
part.
The occasional Chun-Li super, right? But if you're -3... the fastest normal moves are generally 3 frames, like Kami jab or Ryu low jab. They're 3 frames. So stuff that are -3 are punishable. In this game, what is considered safe?
Safe? Well, generally, I think the fastest move is outside of Superman's super, which is retarded. But usually, it would be crouching light, and that's generally your fastest poke. Although the grappler characters are gonna have the slower pokes.
Okay, right.
So, but Green Lanterns is 7 frames, which is pretty good.
Okay.
And you have characters like Nightwing who have got like 6 frame jabs. You just poke out of everything.
Like is 6 frame the best?
In terms of poking, yes. If you have a 6 frame poke, that means out of like it stops pressure.
Okay.
So it's really good. It's really good.
So basically, this game has frame data in here, right? So we have all this stuff, right? So we have the startup frames. Here's 6. So my stand L is stand 1 is a really good move. Mm-hmm. And if I hit you, I'm plus 15. It has 20 frames recovery, and if you block it, I'm minus 3.
Minus 3, and that's really safe.
So in other words, if you're minus 5 or less, in general, that's a safe enough move to use. I mean, obviously, if you're minus 3, the opponent gets to attack, and you have to respect that attack.
Right. Okay. So, yeah, in general...
Really? Plus 15 on a hit? So can I do...
No. Can you link? No.
Yeah.
So that's the interesting thing about this, is like, even though you get the plus, and my startup is fast enough to hit you, I can't actually link. Right?
So I looked into that because I was curious. You can't link like you would in a game like Street Fighter or KOF. What you do instead is the only way to link a move is to cancel it in the first place and then link again.
Right.
So what she can do is 1 and then like stance cancel it and then press 1 again.
Yeah.
Some characters can do that with trait. Some characters can do that with the stance. Yeah,
so
like
that's
that. Like that's a link.
Yeah.
But you have to cancel the first move first.
Right. Okay.
There are. I mean, I've just been recently messing around with this, but there are some moves that are like plus 15 on hit and or higher. You can actually FADC into that and
because it's still a cancel, right?
Cancel, sure.
Okay, so in other words, I could probably do something like, let me try something really quick. Oh yeah, that's basically what
it's really hard to cancel.
Yeah.
So technically, if some characters can do that to extend combos. Okay,
I got it.
Can I actually? Oh wow.
Yeah, hers might be kind of.
It's too slow.
Right.
Okay. But yeah, okay, that's kind of neat. Okay. So I mean, these are like super unexplored things yet. People have not been using a lot of this.
It's a pretty new game.
Yeah. So I mean, that's the thing is like, I think Flo said it when this game came out. He actually sent out a tweet where he was like, "I can't wait to try Injustice because he loves breaking down game systems." And I'm of the same ilk. I love breaking these things kind of down, and I love seeing how games evolve over time. And so I'm really curious to see how this is going to go.
Me too.
Okay. So,
is there anything else to talk about as far as basics go?
Actually, there's a couple of things I wanted to bring up. So, movement options. Obviously, you have forward dash and back dash, right?
Yeah.
Can you... Are backdashes invincible at all?
They have 10 frames of invincibility.
Oh, they do? Okay.
But they're really punishable if you bait them.
Oh,
so at the ending frames,
right.
So
in other words, if I backdash and then you can just punish me easily. Okay.
Well, some characters do have, there's different backdashes, like in Street Fighter.
Okay.
Like Dawson has a freaking leap, but if you chase him, it's really punishable.
Right.
So, like Green Lantern kind of has really bad forward and backdashing, so really punishable.
I can punish a backdash with this or something.
Catwoman, I believe, arguably has the best backdash because you can backdash out of the middle of the strings and it whips. It acts like a
because she crawls so low.
You can actually
that's cool.
You can cancel your cat stance into a backdash to extend.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, so I can do that.
So look,
okay, all right.
Okay.
So
I can run away with that.
Some characters, have different backdashes.
Now, you're considered grounded on all dashes, right? Are there anybody that actually has dashes that if you punch them that takes them out of the air, or are they all grounded?
I'm trying to think.
Wait, say that again?
So, you know how in Street Fighter, if you hit someone during a backdash, they're airborne.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
But not every character.
Yeah, not every
Not every character, right. Like Ken is still grounded.
They changed most of them so that they're airborne. But anyway.
Mostly the flight characters.
Well, there's an airborne period, and then there's the grounded period in Street Fighter. But in this game, they're always grounded, right?
Like the flight characters, I think they always count as being grounded when they backdash.
Okay.
So here's another question: can you cancel the dashes into anything? Because I can't do anything.
You can cancel forward dashes into maybe jumps. but it's harder because you know in MK you can block dash block.
Yeah.
So you can cancel dash into anything. You can cancel it in like pretty much any string. You know, which would make what make the game very offensive. But in here,
I really like that movement.
You have to commit to your forward dashing, so that way, you know, you just got to be smart. So if you see a character, someone's just dashing in, you can punish.
Okay. So does anybody have any air dashes?
Oh yeah.
Like Superman has an air dash.
Yeah,
right?
Superman's really. I think he has like really good mobility. Black Adam has a dive kick, which is like full screen.
Does it count? But does it count as like an air dash, or is it a special move that you do?
It's a special move. Superman's, however, is the actual air dash.
Oh, okay. So it is towards in the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Towards, and you press back, and it counts as a back dash as well.
Oops, I did not mean to do that. Okay. Take that. Okay, so that's kind of the movement options there. There's no like special crouch or a high jump or anything like that, right?
Nope. Just everybody has a different jump. Everybody has a different dash.
Now, there is different wake up options, right?
Yeah.
So if I get knocked down, what are my options here?
You have your wake up, which.
Ooh, okay. Just hit meter burn when I land, or is it any button when I land?
What for roll?
Yeah, I did a quick ride.
It's just a button.
Like I think sweeps are untouchable.
Oh, yeah, there are hard knockdowns.
Okay.
But if I hit you with that, you can roll back.
Oh, any button. Okay.
It actually, it's kind of harder for hard knockdowns to wake up because I don't know what they did. They basically made it the timing a little more strict. Because in Mortal Kombat, when you woke up, you can just kind of sort of mash that, and then the wake up will come out. But in here,
so what is a wake up exactly?
A wake up is basically you use your special moves basically to basically get yourself up and put up that defense. So if I'm pressuring you and you want me to get off, you want to do a wake up attack to get me off. And
now it's like Mortal Kombat. I'm guessing that any special move you do gains invincibility when you do a wake up. Right?
They have invincibility. It's only 8 frames, so. Not every move is going to be like really, really good on wake up. So you always want to use your fastest special move because you have the most invincibility.
Can I use the wake up? Can I cat stance on wake up?
Because that'd be really broken.
Wait, what's the command for cat dash or cat stance?
Down, and heavy. Oh shoot! Okay.
Yeah. So usually when you land or you roll back. I usually roll back and then it gives you.
Gotcha.
Can you do a wake up after you roll still?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
So generally,
I don't think it's gonna work out.
No, but here's a question for you though. Do you have any indication that you did a wake up? Because I kind of remember in Mortal Kombat when you did it, your character would flash or something like that. Wasn't there?
Usually, if you do a wake up, you'll see it'll say wake up.
Ooh, I saw it. Okay.
But in Mortal Kombat, you would only flash if you did an enhancement.
Okay.
So
you actually didn't know if you did a wake up in Mortal Kombat.
Right. You just
didn't it say wake up in that game?
Yeah, it said wake up. I just stared at my bar and pretty much.
Okay. So you can. Okay.
Yeah.
So is there any like quick rise straight up or anything like that, or do I get up at the same timing no matter what I do?
There's different knockdowns. Like if I hit you with this and I let you drop. You quick rise automatically. There's setups for that as well. Right. Most moves make you stand up quicker. Therefore, you have to execute the wake ups faster. Or these untechable knockdowns, you have to wait to the very last.
That's
so
basically,
really when you get knocked down, really honestly, outside of those hard knockdowns, the untechable knockdowns, the only thing you can do is roll backwards or do a reversal, essentially, right?
You can roll backwards and do a reversal too.
Right. But there's no extra options or anything.
Nope,
like that.
that's pretty much. It's either you wake up or you guess right and you jump away.
Cool. Okay, that's really cool. Man, is there anything else? Okay, just one last thing I want to discuss, and then we'll go to the character specifics.
Okay.
But combos. Obviously, it looks like you do chains into like certain special moves, and it looks like. Most of the time, you want to do combos into a meter burn or a combo or if you have it, a combo into a launch, and then you want to see if you can find a way to land this into the combo, right?
Yeah. Back threes are very, very damaging in combos. Okay. So if you find a way to launch your opponent, you always want to at least find a way to either land a jump three or a back three or four. Because they just do so much damage.
Right.
Actually, speaking of back, can we go to a stage that has stage transitions?
Oh, yeah.
This stage doesn't have a stage transition?
No.
I never even thought about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
Because, man, you're underwater. Where are you going to go?
Go to the next room.
No, dude, it's just... that's it.
Just don't do Gotham City, please, because I've seen that stage transition so many times. Because that was what I would play in training mode, and then I just saw it like 17 times. So.
Okay.
So stage transitions, there's multiple sections. There's basically different backgrounds with different interactables, and you have to get to them by stage by stages. Interactions.
Yeah, and you initiate the stage transition by landing back threes, which is these. So
does that happen even in combos?
Mm-hmm. So let's usually in clutch situations you can cancel your string into I don't have any meter.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So you do back meter burn, and it would connect that.
Gotcha.
So, let's just
Find a launching string. Yeah, there we go. Okay.
There we go.
Oh, okay, there we go.
You don't have to combo into it, but
yeah, you don't have to. But it's like it's you take all that damage, like the station just
These people should be dead. Catwoman, she's Selena Kyle. She's a human. She should be dead.
You gotta play story mode.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay. Now here's a question for you. In general, how much does a stage transition do for damage?
I think it's all different.
Is it a good idea to combo into stage transitions, or would you want to avoid it? In other words, is it always worth it?
For some characters, like if I'm Solomon Grundy, I'm a grappler.
Mm-hmm.
I always want you in the corner because I'm going to be up close, putting pressure on you. The only time, like, you would use a stage transition is to either get that first life bar, or to just kill your opponent.
Because after a stage transition, you always go back to the middle of the stage, even if you were in the corner beforehand.
And it's only one side of the screen that's a stage transition every time, right? It's not both sides of the screen, so this one's not the stage transition.
Right? Yeah, it's always different sides.
Okay, so in other words, okay, like let me just try something really quick. I just want to see how much the stage transition does damage-wise.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I do the stage transition, so we get this. Oh my god, I knocked you into space. In space, okay. Yeah, this is a problem. Okay, so...
Oh, he's cool.
30% damage, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know how much this stage transition does. Let's just find out. I'm just going to hit you with it.
Can you go back and forth as many times as you can?
Yeah.
Okay.
So someone's putting those spaceships back.
Pretty much.
People are hard at work. Let's see.
So, 30% damage. Okay, so go to this side of the wall. I want to try one thing really quick. So... I hate that. Always happens whenever people try to jump over each other. So in other words, if I do something like, what would be a good sequence? Okay, I got one. And then if I hit you with that, okay. So if I hit you with this, so let's see how much damage this will do overall. I just want to see, like, in general, will it do, like, does it get damage reduced so badly that it's not as much, or... 36% damage. Okay, so let me do one more thing here. No, I don't need a stage transition this time. Oops, let me do this. So when I did that was about 16% damage. So it does get damage reduced.
Yeah,
right.
Okay. It's not unscaled, pure 30%.
Gotcha.
Right.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
That'd be kind of crazy.
Because then you get this 30% damage at the end of a long little combo.
Yeah,
that'd be so good.
For sure.
Okay,
and
so...
I guess... You can't wager out of it because you can't wager out of the back threes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's actually, if you do hit him with that, then you're like, oh, okay, then I'm just going to get you with this back three. Now, we saw if I hit you with two back threes, you don't get the...
no, you do.
You don't get the bounce anymore. But in this situation, you'll still get the stage interactable, right?
Yeah.
So in other words... If I hit you with a combo far away enough, so come closer to me. So if I hit you far away, oops, that's still close. We get the idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it works. Okay. One thing about combos that I just want to bring up, because it was tough for me when I was playing MK for the first time, is how to time a chain off of a jump-in combo.
Oh, off of a jump-in, yeah.
So that was like really unintuitive to me at first.
Yeah,
so.
One of the interesting things about it is that if I hit you with a jump attack and then land and then hit a button, it won't combo.
Right.
You actually have to hit the button in the air.
Right. Because you have to treat it like a chain. I mean, think about it. Think about the combo as this is the first part of a chain, and you just go. It's like adding a button to whatever chain you were going to do in the first place.
Right. But there's one interesting thing that's different than Mortal Kombat. I noticed is that in Mortal Kombat, no matter how high up you hit him in the jump, if you hit the button, it would combo. But in this game with the jump L's, like even if I mash it super fast, like it doesn't. I got it a situation where I couldn't combo it. See, like that. I did L in the medium. So there are situations where it can be too slow to combo, whereas in Mortal Kombat that did not exist. Like if you chained it, they just said that's it, you're getting it.
Okay.
So the L's actually have shorter hit stun than the M's and stuff like that. So
okay.
And then also, so I noticed this as well when I was playing it. This is very Mortal Kombat 2. So she has a chain that's 1-1-2, right? If I want to cancel into a fireball, which is my whip here, I have to do it early. It's not like Street Fighter where I wait for the second hit to connect and do it. I actually have to do the code really early.
Yeah, it's
like that.
You just kind of input the whole story.
Right. Yeah.
So that's another interesting thing about this game is the chaining into the special moves. You kind of have to treat it like a chain as opposed to a Street Fighter buffer.
Right. Okay.
I don't have any more questions. I'm sure more things will come up as we go through the characters.
Probably.
But let's get through the characters because
I
don't want to keep everybody sitting here because I mean every time we do this it always goes 4 hours and I don't want it to go that long this time. So I guess when we go through the characters, let's try not to take too much time.
Yeah, sure. We'll go for some
basics
for sure.
Okay, cool. Well, thank you guys, everybody, for watching here, and thanks, of course, to Elijah for coming here for First Attack. But we're going to do Level 3 Focus, and we're going to have all the characters, and David will be leading most of that. So thanks, everybody. We'll be right back.